All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, if you are a betting man, you want the Terence Crawford versus versus Canelo Alvarez fight to happen, because odds have just been released for that fight, which is rumored to be in negotiations. Man, I want to see Jaron Ennis and Terence Crawford fight. I also want to see the Errol Spence Terence Crawford fight. But man, if these odds are what these odds are, though I'm not a betting man, yikes, I might take it. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we are going to talk about Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford, and the fact that these two guys may be fighting each other. Terence Crawford is actively out there calling out Canelo Alvarez, wants to move up to 168 pounds to go for undisputed in his third weight division and taking a monumental leap up 2 full weight classes to take on what many people consider to be the face of boxing and one of the best pound for pound fighters of this century, Canelo Alvarez. And I gotta tell you, man, there are odds that are out here on this fight came out. One particularly on Bet Online. Before I get into it though, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, please accept my invitation to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when we release more videos. And if you're a long-time subscriber and supporter, thank you so much. Thank you so much for continuing to check out the channel. But let's get into this, because the odds are the following. Canelo Alvarez has opened up at a -225 favorite against Crawford's plus 185. The lines have since adjusted to, with Canelo even more favored to win at -240 and Crawford at plus 190. Let me tell you, man, that is some good odds for that fight, because Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford, from what I can see, is a 50-50 fight, man. I know Canelo Alvarez is a 168 pounder. I know that he is an excellent fighter. Any Canelo Alvarez fan, do not get me wrong. I am not trying to minimize Canelo Alvarez at all. He is a terrific fighter. At times, and I have definitely criticized him for the fact that he tested positive for clenbuterol. I've criticized him for the fact that he didn't fight some people when I wanted to see him fight them. Criticized him when he's fought some people. This is shout out to Kamal Oz. Listen carefully, Kamal Oz. I understand that there's criticisms around him fighting smaller guys in weight, like if he was to fight a Jermell Charlo, who's had some difficulties and would be coming up from 160, and if he would fight that he had with Jermell Charlo. I understand this, but Terence Crawford is a bit of a different beast, because Terence Crawford is the best pound for pound fighter in the world. I think he's been the best pound for pound fighter in the world since Andre Ward retired. And honestly, man, looking at the way he's fighting now, man, I may have been wrong calling him the number 2 pound for pound fighter when Andre Ward was fighting. Terence Crawford is the real deal. Real deal. And if there's anybody in boxing that can jump up 2 weight classes and beat a pound for pound guy, it's going to be Terence Crawford. So the fact that you get a plus 185 on him, I'd put some money down on that. Because, man, now the only problem here is Terence Crawford getting a decision. I haven't actually seen Terence Crawford go. Terence Crawford hasn't gone the distance. I don't think he has since maybe Victor Postal back at 140 pounds has been the last time that he's gone the distance. And if this fight takes place, more than likely this is going the distance, because Canelo Alvarez is somebody who has a very good chin. He's a very strong dude, and he's taking shots, clean shots from guys that are much bigger punchers than Terence Crawford is. guys like Gennady Golovkin, guys like Sergey Kovalev, dudes that are legitimately up in there in that 160, from 160 to 175 pounds. These guys are big punchers, man, and taking shots like it really ain't that. You know, matter of fact, when he got hit, the thing that really I think struck Jermell Charlo as much as anything other than Canelo Alvarez's fists himself was the fact that when Jermell caught Canelo Alvarez with several shots, it didn't do anything to Canelo Alvarez. And there was just a big difference between the size and the strength of these dudes at 168 and 175 from guys that are fighting at 154. And then obviously there is that Terence Crawford's got to worry about what's coming back from a 168 pounder to 100 and a guy moving up from 147, which may cause him to engage less, which means he would have to go into a boxing match with Canelo Alvarez. However, even then, with the odds of 185, plus 185, man, I would take it, man. I'm telling you, I would take it. And really, I think that this fight is, I mean, even the odds being that close is a real testament to Terence Crawford and the fact that it's plus 185, and it's not like plus 300, plus 500, minus 500, minus 600, right? It's giving credit to Terence Crawford as a fighter for it to be that close. Now, do I think the fight's going to take place? I've said it in other videos. I'm going to continue to say it. No, I do not think that fight is going to take place next. I really think that he's going to wind up rematching Errol Spence Jr. And if he doesn't rematch Errol Spence Jr., then it's going to be something at 154 pounds where he will continue his winning streak at 154 pounds, even if it was Tim Tszyu, Jermell Charlo. At this point in time, I'm favoring Terence Crawford over anybody in those weight classes, with the possible exception of Jaron Boots Ennis, the Phenom 147 pounder that is now the IBF champion. Unfortunately for boxing, that fight is probably not going to take place. I would be interested though to see the odds on that. And trust me, man, I'm not somebody that typically bets a lot. That's not really my forte, not really into it. But I know a lot of people do. And I tell you right now, man, if that's the case, I would say, look, man, if there's any chance right now of that fight getting made, the second that they make it, you better take those odds. I think probably the closer they get to the fight, the wider it would get. But again, if the fight gets made, and I find myself having to be extra clear about this, I do not have a problem at all with Terence Crawford going to fight Canelo Alvarez if he doesn't fight Errol Spence Jr., or if he doesn't have to fight Errol Spence in a rematch. I don't have a problem with him fighting Canelo Alvarez and going up those weight classes and not fighting Jaron Ennis just as long as he drops those belts on his way up to allow these other guys in that division to fight for him. But anyway, I just thought I'd give you that bit of information. You let me know what you think in the comment section. Can Terence Crawford really beat Canelo Alvarez, or is it a pipe dream type cash out type of situation? I don't think it is. I think it is a for real fight where Terence Crawford got a real chance to win. But that's my take. You let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.